Right, now that we've now that we've talked about one game not being great, the stream can start and we can talk about some others. Hi.
Yay!
We were talking about
Hi.
talking about various things, but the Titanic, the actual Titanic game that we played, we were talking about that. Now though, Honkai. Chib, take it away.
Well, let's just start with the fact that I played Honkai today for like 8 hours.
That sounds like a mistake already.
And I was still like going through the Penacony arc, which I already put many hours into.
It makes sense as a good type of pasta.
The arc should have ended after 1 hour of me playing. Everything else was way too much. I like playing Honkai, but god, that arc went on for fucking ever. And it did nothing for the arc. Oh. God, it was so boring.
Someday well spent.
Yeah. I could try to explain the entire Penacony arc to people.
we have at least 2 hours.
Cool. Let's go.
Let's go.
Some background before we start. Honkai is about you are one of the trailblazers, who are basically just a bunch of adventurers that's on the Star Rail, the Astral Express, which is literally a train that goes through space. You go to different planets, you solve their problems. That's your job. That's your backstory for the entirety of Honkai, basically. Now, Penacony is like the third official arc, and it has cool ideas, but god, it's the worst one. It starts out pretty fine with you getting a message from the planet Penacony, where the legendary watchmaker, as they keep referring to, invites the Astral Express crew to come to Penacony for the Charmony Festival. The crew accepts because there's been some people that have been previously on the Astral Express that have settled on Penacony and they want to visit old friends and stuff. You don't have to remember this reason. It won't come up for another, 14 in-game hours. Penacony, so you head to Penacony, you find out Penacony is it used to be a prison planet, great start, but it's been turned in basically a paradise land where everyone heads into a dream. That's the whole premise, that you can head into dreams and live in dreams. Anyway, so you head to Penacony. While you're the express is moving, you have a weird dream. That, very unfortunately, is relevant. I say unfortunately for reasons we'll discuss later. But you have a dream, you meet a woman named Acheron. She seems to recognize you. You don't know her. You have a little chit-chat, and you move on. Do I remember what was said in the dream? No. Isn't relevant. You don't have to remember it. You just need to remember it happens. You head to Penacony. Who do I know this woman? You head to Penacony. There's this big hotel lobby, because it's also a hotel, of course it is, where you meet a little bellboy named Misha. Misha is very cute. 10 out of 10. Also relevant for later, I guess. Again, unfortunately. You try to check into the hotel, but something goes wrong, and one of the others has to stay behind on the express. Um, so you can come into the hotel, because you're not on the list. So Don Hong stays behind, at the train, because plot reasons. You also meet Aventurine, who is the IPC representative that's come to Penacony for the Charmony Festival. The IPC is the fucking worst. I don't say that lightly. They are a intergalaxy company, basically interplanar company, who have caused multiple genocides at this point. And the destructions of planets, and they're just responsible for a lot of absolutely heinous shit, but the game keeps trying to make them seem like they're okay. Um, so you meet Aventurine, you have a little chat with him, you get the vibe, cool, he's a gambler. That's all you really need to know about him, until later. You check into the hotel, you head into the dream, then just stuff happens for a while. You meet Firefly, who is a girl who... you don't know. She's a stowaway in the dream. She's wanted because she's a stowaway. You don't know her, you have never met this girl before. You are around her for approximately 4 hours. Not like hours that you're gaming, just in-game hours, I guess. You meet her sometime in the afternoon, and then sometime in the evening you say goodbye. Um, the game really wants you to care about her. I do not give a shit.
Well, that's a good start.
The game is like, look at you and this girl, you have this connection, and I'm just like, we've known each other for 2 hours, why do I care about her? We walked on some rooftops together, that's all.
The height of romance.
The height of romance, we walked on some rooftops together and kind of tricked a guard into letting us do that, I guess. It's around this time we also meet Gallagher, who is we're gonna meet so many people, by the way. So many people in this arc. None of them are relevant. Oh, I forgot. I already forget 2 of the most important characters. That's how much I care. When you first arrived at the hotel, you also met Robin and Sunday, who are a sister and brother. They have an angelic theme going on. They are they are both part of the family that rule Penacony. Anyway, back to Gallagher. You meet him. He's the leader of the Bloodhounds, who are like guards on Penacony, basically. Because a Dreamland still needs a police force, I guess. He is also like a fucking barman, the fucking mixer, drink mixer guy. And it's just everyone has multiple jobs. Don't worry about it. Is that why he's wearing a collar? Because he's a bloodhound? Because Sir is a dog? I guess. His theming is very like dog thing. At the end, when you're supposed to say goodbye to him, you actually say goodbye to a little dog statue because he's gone already. Where to? Who knows?
Oh, he's gone. I'll
He's
just say
gone.
goodbye to this little bronze puppy that's just appeared, little beagle. Sure, that'll do.
Basically, this game is subtle, yeah. Anyway, while you're walking on the rooftops with Firefly, you shift POV to Aventurine, who is with Dr. Ratio. We all know and love Dr. Ratio.
Do we?
We are told we love Dr. Ratio. Hi, Kira.
I mean, we all know him. I don't know if we all love him.
Who is... God, I don't even... He is representative of the Genius Society, but also connected to the IPC. I don't know what he's doing here. I'll be very honest. He is there so Aventurine has someone to talk to, basically.
Oh, that's sad.
He is also there. That's it.
Yeah, they're a sounding board.
Aventurine can talk to him and be all like smart gambler stuff. But yeah. Anyway, they are doing shit together. God. This arc is such a mess. I don't even know if I'm telling it in the right order.
That might help, actually. I don't know. We'll see.
At some point, the dream goes fucky, and you end up in like a subset, a deep dream, sub-dream thing with Firefly. Where
As you do.
yeah, and you know, it's the cool sub-dream where instead of everything is lovely and good, everything is awful. This is fine. You're being chased by a monster. That's also fine.
I don't know what you're complaining about, Chib. Seems like everything's just fine.
Seems like everything's fine.
Seems like it.
You also meet Acheron again, and you meet Black Swan, who is a woman who can see people's memories, I think. She is part of the Garden of Recollection. Another faction that's introduced that you don't have to remember.
Okay.
Anyway, you're in the sub-dream. Aventurine also ends up there. I don't remember how or why. Not relevant. Anyway, the big scary monster that's been following you kills Firefly.
Oh no!
The girl you spent maybe 4 hours with, who you definitely care about.
Right. Sure. Okay.
Black Swan takes you away, and puts you in front of Aventurine and goes, "Yeah, good job." Aventurine then tells you that that's not the first death that's been in a dream, and that the family is covering something up. Because guess what? He found another dead body. It's Robin, the
No.
the sister of Sunday. They're you then decide that you're gonna team up with Aventurine to find Robin and Firefly's killer. You're also teaming up with Sunday to find the same killer, because don't want death in the dream. Even though you cannot die in the dream.
You die in the dream, you die for real.
No. You literally, they say you literally cannot die in the dream.
What?
Like, if you try to kill yourself in the dream, it just won't work. But this monster killed people in the dream somehow. So you're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
They're cheating. Hacks. They're cheating. They're glitching the system or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hacksaws.
Yeah.
Anyway, by this point, I already had no idea what was going on anymore. There were way too many factions, and I wasn't understanding shit. So it's time for more politics.
Yay!
Excellent. Yay. Perfect time for more politics.
Everyone's
You
favorite way
don't
to
understand
simplify
what
a
the
plot.
fuck's going on.
Yeah. You shift POVs to Aventurine. You play as him, and you meet as Aventurine. You meet with Sunday. Aventurine is one of the 10 cornerstones of the IPC. Who knows what those do? I sure as fuck don't. But they're there, and they all have the names of, like, gems and stuff, which is why he's named Aventurine.
I thought
And
it was
he
like a
has
tangerine.
Tricked Sunday? Question mark? I don't really know what his trick was exactly. I think it was mostly to smuggle in Jade's stone, which I think listens in on people, because they each have their own power. Again, this is pure speculation based on some shit said at the very end of this arc. But Aventurine and Sunday have a talk. Aventurine tried to trick Sunday. Sunday caught on, but it turns out that actually, and Dr. Ratio is again also there. Seems like Dr. Ratio sold out Aventurine, but then later it turns out that Dr. Ratio actually helped Aventurine set up this other scheme to trick Sunday. Like, so once you're completely confused about what the fuck is going on there, you
Love how much sense this is making.
yeah, it's making so much sense. I definitely knew what was going on at this point.
Yeah.
So, God, what the fuck happens after that?
That's fair. That's fair. It depends on how many mushrooms you've gone through. Yeah. Okay. I got you.
Again, this arc is at least 7 hours too long for what it was. Yes. You've, I remember what was going on.
First.
I think you play more as Aventurine setting up shit for a grand finale of some sort. What's the grand finale? Who knows?
Well, hopefully you.
I still don't know why he tried to do that thing, but we'll get to that.
Oh boy.
You also go through, I think that's a little bit later. I don't remember what happened in the meantime between Aventurine stuff. I don't think it was anything relevant.
Fair.
I think it was mostly just us talking about how to do things. One of the characters of the Astral Express called Welt had an entire fucking 20-minute conversation with Acheron, which might be relevant or cool if you played another game made by the same developer, where I think they're both also characters.
I hate it when that happens.
Because there's another game called Honkai Impact Third, which is not the same game, but I think they're both characters in that, or at least similar characters. I don't know. But they had an entire talk, and I understood none of it.
I was today years old when I realized that there's apparently 2 Honkai Impact games.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Anyway, Aventurine has told you not to trust Acheron because she's an emanator. What an emanator is, but it's bad apparently if you believe Aventurine, who you've already been shown lies constantly.
Isn't he working for the genocide company?
He also works for the genocide company,
Okay,
yeah.
right, okay.
Good that you remember that. Keep that in mind for the next bit that's about to happen, which is
Oh joy.
an entire segment of Aventurine's backstory as he gets himself ready for the grand finale, where he talks to his younger self and to his future self, because again, this is a dream, anything can fucking happen.
Right.
So he talks to them, and turns out his backstory is that he was on a planet, he was like a part of a nomadic people, and he was considered blessed by their god and with immense luck and such. Anyway, the IPC fucking murdered his entire people.
Immense luck.
Except for him. That's the luck. That's
was that
where
the luck bit?
came.
Oh yeah, and there's no such thing as
Murdered his
trauma
parents
as a
and his
consequence.
sister. He left him as the sole survivor.
Gotta love that
He
good
was
old
sold
survivor
as
skill.
a slave, and then later ended
Luck.
up with the IPC because he literally bet his life away.
Luck.
So much luck.
So much luck.
All the other
I mean-
basically any dialogue during that segment implies he's very fucking suicidal, in the sense that he will throw away his life very casually for any kind of gain.
God, he's just so
I
lucky.
mean, did
Yeah.
did the thing ever say he had good luck?
Good point.
Yes.
Because
That
you can have a lot of
okay.
luck and it be bad.
Yeah, it can go either way. Yeah.
The statistician speaks.
Anyway, that segment is very
I mean, they did
traumatic and
fine.
very cute because he is talking to his
It's
younger self.
very
and-
unusual to get lots of high rolls. It's also very unusual to get lots of low rolls.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, I remember what happened in the meantime before that arc. Sorry, I just looked at what Chris was drawing and it reminded me. You meet, before that happened, you meet Sampo. Sampo Koski, who is my favorite character in the entire game, which is devastating what happens next.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Oh no. He's okay, right?
He's okay.
Everything goes well. He's
but it turns
fine.
out it wasn't him.
Ah,
Oh
well,
good. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't him? Oh.
No,
he's not there. It's a dream, Sampo.
he's
Oh.
there. He talks to you. He says he will introduce you to some adult fun, which is that he
Excuse me?
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about this.
takes you into some kind of dream simulator in which he's the trash king and you and a bunch of trash cans attack him and it becomes like a big kaiju fight.
This
That
seems
sounds
fine.
fun.
This seems the best
That
bit so
sounds-
far.
Yeah. Aw.
Before it gets to the actual fight, the dream is cut off by Firefly.
Mm.
Because
How
she wants to, like, walk on the rooftops with you.
Boo.
Anyway, later turns out it wasn't Sampo at all. Instead, it was a girl called Sparkle. Sparkle.
I love this name.
Sparkle is there.
Okay.
She is very good at transforming into people, and she does that at some points. She transforms into Robin because Robin was supposed to sing at the Charmony Festival, and she offers to Sunday, Robin's brother, that she'll take her place and such, but that's not relevant and barely comes up at all. The only other relevant thing about Sparkle is that she keeps handing out these buttons, and she tells everyone that they're supposed to press them so that she can blow up Penacony.
Oh.
Arson.
Of course. Why does she want to blow up Penacony? Because she's one of the Masked Fools, which is another group that exists in Honkai, and the thing they do is be little gremlins.
Gremlins. Okay, I'm on board now.
And cause
Sounds perfect.
chaos.
That's fine. Oh, that's fine.
Sounds like a perfect group.
We've got our Team Rocket.
Yes.
We're good.
Perfect group. Sampo is also part of that same group, which is why she, like, transformed into him.
Slightly rude, but
Nice.
still.
I like
Oh,
how
hell
we're
yeah.
all in favor of, like, yes, gremlins, but
The gremlins.
heaven
yes.
help you if you don't like cheese.
Yes. I by the way, I love that ragdoll. What you drew there. It's very
Yeah.
funny.
Jeez. The companion we got yesterday on stream hates cheese, apparently. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back to the Aventurine, like, the Aventurine arc has ended. He is, after going through his entire life story of, like, who he used to be as Kakavasha, which was his child self, who again lived through a genocide and became a slave, and then became a wage slave for the for the fucking horrible genocidal company that murdered his people. That's fine. But he's readied himself for the big finale, whatever the fuck that means. And he, on big screens throughout the entire Dream City, he invites you to come to the theater for the grand finale. You go there, and he turns into this weird final form, and you fight him. It's a pretty cool fight. At that point, I thought this arc was almost at the end. It was not.
What? Hang on. The grand finale is not near the end.
Not the grand finale. Yeah.
No, it was just Aventurine's grand finale. After this, you don't see him until the epilogue. This is the lucky guy.
That's the
Yes.
lucky guy, yeah. He was lucky to get out of the story at that point.
Yeah. Anyways, he tries to break down the dream, I think? I don't know. He, opens up the sky and massive coins fall out. Again, I don't know what he was trying to do with that. Presumably die. Because again, implied to be very suicidal. Anyway, while he's, doing that, Acheron comes in and fucking kills him, I guess.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Because she has a sword and she slices open the sky and kills Aventurine. And that's the end of Aventurine. You don't see him again until the epilogue of the fucking arc. Because it turns out, again, like, Acheron was an emanator for an Aeon. Aeons are gods, and they all have a certain path they're associated to. They thought she was an emanator which can channel the powers of said god, of destruction, but it turns out she was one of nihility, which I don't know why she's here. That happens. I guess you all also die in the dream. Which
you can't add that as a footnote.
We're not even to the worst part of this yet.
Wow.
It's getting worse. Anyway, you all died. You're now going to the dream where you go when you die in the dream. Which exists. You also see Robin there, because guess what? She is not dead, actually. It's just that she was murdered in the dream, which meant she went to this dream.
Right.
We also meet Gallagher again there. Also, by the way, Gallagher has killed Sunday, who is also here.
Can we kill Mondays instead of Sundays? I'll also accept Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Turns out Gallagher is a... God, what's his fucking title? A fictionologist? Which
Author?
I don't know what that means.
Sounds like a fictional title.
Yeah. We'll put that one on the same pile as, like, alien astronaut theorist and...
Yeah. Anyway. He is there because turns out, actually on Penacony there's a Stellaron. A Stellaron is bad. Because we, as the Trailblazers from the Astral Express, we hunt down Stellarons. Not to be confused with the Stellaron Hunters, which is a different group.
Yeah, obviously.
But we hunt Stellarons down and we look them up, because they're bad. They're also called the Cancer of Worlds, to give you any sort of inclination. They're very bad news. Anyways, Gallagher says that there's a Stellaron in Penacony and we should get rid of it. And that Sunday, because he's the leader of the family, Sunday and Robin should talk to the Dream Master, who is currently in charge of Penacony. I think he's like a step above them, basically. It's also here that we finally see that remember way back when, at the beginning of the adventure, when it was said that we came to this festival to meet people from the Astral Express who lived there previously? Turns out they're all dead.
Oh,
They have been dead. You see their graves. I need to take a sip of water.
Yes, hydrate. You need
That's
all of the resources you can manage.
Absolutely.
So the Stellaron is bad news, and we should talk to, like, the Sunday and Robin should convince the Dream Master to help get rid of the Stellaron. That's basically what's concluded there. Robin is on board, because she's finally getting, like, weird feelings about Penacony, because Penacony is the land of dreams, and there's basically been like a very prevalent theme throughout the entire arc is people like coming there to basically escape from reality, as you do. And she's finally going, maybe that's weird. Maybe people shouldn't do that. Maybe they should live in, reality. But Sunday is like, no. Actually, actually shouldn't do that. Because, freaking, how are you, it's a whole thing. They keep bringing up a fucking flashback between Lil Robin and Lil Sunday, where they see a wounded little bird, and they have a discussion on whether they should leave it out there so it can die, I guess, or take it inside so that it can be safe and can, like, heal up, and then they can, get it, put it aside again once it's healed so it can fly, because birds are meant to fly. But then it turns out later, bird tried to fly. When they tried to set it out, they set it free. It couldn't fly, and it died anyway, and Sunday is very traumatized by all that. By the way, they bring up this fucking bird flashback 3 separate times. For some reason.
I think the reason is they're afraid that this is going on so long you've forgotten it.
No, the bird flashback is the only fucking thing I remember. Also, while Gallagher is trying to convince those two that they should talk to, their higher up to get rid of the Stellar and such, you, meet, an old man who is dead in his chair, who turns out to be, one of the, trailblazers who settled on Penacony, who you were supposed to meet. Keep this in mind for later, I don't know.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Put a pin in that one. Because he's holding a memory bubble, which you should be able to, like, jump in and see the memory, but it's empty for some reason. Put a pin in that. No longer relevant.
That is metaphorically representative of your memories of this arc as it keeps going.
Yeah. No, actually put a pin in that. We'll get to that. Turns out Sunday betrayed Robin when they went to convince, like, the Dream Master, and no, I actually don't want to do that, I want to do something else instead, because everyone should be safe in a cage rather than free and, die, because again, the whole fucking bird metaphor.
But they were going to die in the cage, right?
No.
It's not a very good metaphor.
The cage is not where they die, the cage is where they heal, and then when they are set free, they try to fly and then they die. That's the flashback. Anyway, so, Sunday betrays you. It's time for a TV show.
Oh, good. My favorite part of all games.
Yes.
This New Tales, it's the best.
best part for a TV show. Anyways, you do some fighting, you do some puzzles that you've been doing. Argenti is there. Why?
Argenta.
No idea. He literally has no fucking reason to be here. For reference, Argenti is a Knight of Beauty who is part of a different side quest set. Because he's looking, as a Knight of Beauty, he's looking for, he's a servant of the Aeon of Beauty, Idrilla, who probably is dead, or missing, and they're trying to find her. Why he's here on Penacony doing a game show? Anyway, I first tried to fight him. Couldn't do it because his fight is very, very, very hard. But turns out I don't have to fight him, so I just talked to him and said, "Hey, can we not? We're trying to like take down a Stellaron, which is really important." And then he goes, "Oh yeah, sure," and he doesn't fight you. And you
Excellent.
move on. And that's his role the entire arc.
Just thought this is a long story. You need a break. Let's do something completely unrelated. Thereby making it longer.
You get to the end of the game show. Turns out you're in Sunday's mind? Question mark? Again, it's a dream. It gets weird. Again, he brings up some like situations from his past to force you to make a choice. Again, he brings up the bird scenario, which is the second time it's been brought up. Or no, I think at that point it's the third time it's been brought up.
Yeah, you've mentioned it twice already, so.
He again goes like, if there's a wounded bird, should you leave it outside to die, or should you bring it inside to heal, even if it might die later? So obviously you go, I'm saving the bird, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The choice between certain death and
Obviously.
maybe not death. Let's go maybe not death.
Then there is another scenario from his past, which you've seen a flashback of. Again, you've seen a flashback of his past earlier in the story, of him getting a confession, because there's also a whole religious theme going on. It's weird. He is dressed like an angel. For symbolism. It's subtle. It's Honkai.
Oh, Sunday.
He gets a confession from a guy who is a stowaway on Penacony, because he wants to better his life and get money, because he couldn't provide for his family. So he sold everything, including his family, to be slaves, to get to Penacony.
Hold on a minute.
There's a flaw here.
Hold on a minute.
Hold on.
And
Hold
buy
on.
them free. That's the plan.
Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up.
Yeah.
Back up. He wanted to make things better for his family, so he sold everything he had, including his family.
Yeah. He sold them. He sold his children as slaves, so he could get passage to Penacony, so he could build up a better life and get money, so he could buy back his children who he sold as slaves.
Wait, what if Samson was more stupid?
But that's the confession Sunday gets, and this guy is wanted by the Bloodhounds, who are like, again, the police in Penacony. And you have to make a choice whether you do nothing and let the Bloodhounds find him, or whether you should tell the Bloodhounds to back off. Those are your two choices with that entire story.
I mean, fuck the police, first off.
Why are they off? Frankly, everybody in this situation is bad, but
Mm-hmm.
He sold his hair so he could buy a comb. Yeah, basically.
No, he yeah. It's-
No,
So I
he
chose
sold
to
his
do
wife's hair so he
nothing.
could buy his wife a comb.
he sold his wife to buy his wife a comb.
Yeah.
So I made the choice to do nothing because what else are you supposed to do? I'm not gonna tell the Bloodhounds to fuck off from this guy who sold his family as slaves, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And those were my only two options. I don't know why I'm even like trying to talk this right when it's an entire weird scenario to begin with. Then you get to your third scenario, where Robin was like, or Sunday, where again from Sunday's past, he got a letter from Robin, detailing like her tour on a certain planet. But turns out she left out that said planet was war torn, and she was hit by a stray bullet. You know, kind of fucked up thing to leave out. But whatever, she doesn't regret her choices. Because she wants. Robin is very much about trying to bring people hope and bring them together and such. So the question then you have to make is, should you let Robin continue to do as she wants? Or should you, prevent her from following her dreams and basically keep her locked away? Bird metaphor. But this time, it's slightly different.
I mean, I feel like there's a middle ground here.
No,
And most of that middle ground includes, hey lady, let's talk about some basic safety protocol, including like making sure people are aware of when you're getting shot at.
no, there's no safety protocol in the trolley problem. It's 1 or 5.
No. So, and then you finally get to Sunday. He is there. He's talking, about, yeah, and the decisions you've made, blah blah blah, the decisions he made, blah blah blah. And, you know, what conclusion should you come to when it comes to people's safety versus people's freedom? That's basically the entire debate. It's very badly presented in this arc, but it is the theme that's happening.
It's badly presented, but it's it's there. It exists.
It's there.
That's its defense.
But
Is
Sunday
it
is basically like, I think people should be restricted, and I want to make that happen by basically putting everyone into a dream world where everyone is equal and everyone is good except for me, because someone needs to control the dream world so that everything is good.
I know some examples of history that are like that.
And we're all like, no, you probably shouldn't restrict people's freedom. That's like their entire thing. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you are in front of Sunday at this point. This entire thing has happened. And then Sunday tells you, come visit me at the fucking theater so we can finish this, and walks away. And at that point, I was so ready for this to be over. I was ready for this entire arc to be over 7 hours ago when I killed Aventurine.
when you had the grand finale.
When I had the grand finale and killed Aventurine. Also, by the way, while this has been happening, as stuff has been happening, Dan Heng on the Astral Express is also still there, and has met Acheron, who is there for reasons. And also who is there is Boot Hill. He's a cowboy. He's a cyborg cowboy, and he's great because he cannot swear.
Love
Oh
that.
yeah, I remember you showing us pictures of this guy.
Yeah. He is there because he's a Galaxy Ranger. Who are the Galaxy Rangers, you might ask?
Why the
because
Galaxy's favorite
been
kids
at
TV
least-
show?
So far, this
Do we-
arc has introduced like 7 different groups, and like 2 of them have been relevant. So why do we care about the Galaxy Rangers?
A rhetorical question, or do you have an answer?
It's both. The Galaxy Rangers are kind of a group.
Oh, that's a good start.
It's a great start, because Boot Hill explains it as, people think, we're all like, we're like very organized. We're not. We basically have like the same ground rules, and that's it. Other than that, we follow the path of the hunt, and that's the only thing we have in common.
Hunters.
Wonderful.
So, why is he relevant? Put a pin in that again.
I'm running out of pins.
Running out of. I know, you've put them everywhere at this point.
The board is nothing but pins. There are no notes that the pins are in anymore. It's just pins.
It's just.
We'll get to that.
You were writing notes? I gave up like partway through the lecture.
I've started writing notes with the pins.
But he, turns out, Boot Hill is there to kill Acheron, because Acheron has been impersonating a Galaxy Ranger, which is not allowed.
Despite
But
the fact that they're
Acheron
not
stops him
an
from
organized
killing
group,
her,
and I'm
'cause-
sure they don't know who the other Rangers are.
Yeah.
They get really angry if you impersonate someone that they don't know.
Yeah, they know somehow. But Acheron and also Black Swan, who is now also here, tell him not to kill Acheron because shit's about to go down on Penacony. Surprise!
What? But I thought everything
Shit's
was
about to
great
go
there.
down. We should do something about it. We should help because things are happening. They sure are. Also, I forgot. Remember that pin about the old man dead in his chair?
Oh yeah.
Before you get to Sunday at the end of the
Yeek.
game show thing, you get a flashback to when you went into the memory the old man was holding, which was empty. And it turns out that Misha, the bellboy from earlier, from the very beginning, who you've been kind of seeing throughout this entire thing, is the memory is
What?
Misha is like what the person used to be, and that person's memories, but they left the memory bubble. It's actually a pretty cool story bit, but it comes out of nowhere. It's not been relevant for the majority of this arc. But turns out Misha used to be a trailblazer, but is actually dead and ends up like saying goodbye and, actually like the memory of the person dying. It's a pretty cool segment. Believe me, I cannot explain it. It's one of the few segments I liked.
It's a pretty cool
about
segment,
this
and thus
entire
not up for discussion
arc.
here.
So anyway, you go to fight Sunday at a different place, because again, he was right in front of you. He then told you, come meet me elsewhere, and you accepted that, I guess. You now have to go through a stage play question mark in Sunday's memories about Penacony, and you get to see like the history of Penacony, which you've been exploring. Like, it used to be a prison planet, blah blah. Now it's the dream planet, and the planet's about to be bad. You also figure out that turns out Sunday has not been following the Aeon of Harmony, which we thought was the case the entire time. But he's actually following the Aeon of Order, who was dead, but he might be trying to reincarnate? Question mark. Anyway, you find that out. That's also bad, I guess.
Chib, I'm not the one who played 8 hours of this, and I'm already exhausted.
I was fucking exhausted. We're not done yet, in the slightest. Anyway, you eventually, after you go through 3 little fucking parts of stage play, where you have to fight 3 different mini bosses, you then have a boss fight with Sunday. Finally, you think. It's about to be over. You think. I can finally sleep. you think.
I don't like that you keep putting you think.
You win the fight against Sunday. You wake up and everything's fine. Everything is going as it should be. Actually, it all ends a little too well. With Sunday being imprisoned and probably gonna be executed for his crimes. Robin is fine. Firefly is fine. Nobody is dead. Gallagher is there, alive and good and well. The IPC lost. Everything's great. You get back to the Astral Express to, get to a new planet. Black Swan and Acheron are there, and Boot Hill they're all there because they want a lift. They want a ride to wherever they're going. That's great. They can do that. Then, after you talk to everyone to see what they have to say, Black Swan takes you aside and goes through and tells you there is a flaw somewhere. What's the flaw? And you get presented with a bunch of choices. I had no idea what was going on at this point. I thought we were finally fucking done.
Yeah. Rip.
Turns out the flaw was that Misha was there in the real world. Because Misha couldn't have been there in the real world when you arrived at the hotel in the very beginning. Because Misha is a memory, and memories can only exist in dreams. So remember that very pin at the very beginning about you heading into Penacony and meeting Acheron for the first time in a dream. Turns out everything's been a dream since then.
Oh, good. One of
Jesus
those.
Christ.
It's all been a dream, thus.
Love that. So much.
8
At this
hours.
point, I was mad. 8 hours. The 8 hours today was just the from like when we met Argenti in the like game show to the end of this arc. Everything else has been more time. It's been more than 8 hours.
For reference, Miss, Cheap started this on stream. I remember us going into this dream place on stream because they finished up something else. How long ago was it you last streamed Honkai?
I mean, I've taken breaks since then, so which is also why I don't remember some of this stuff.
I mean, I should hope Cheap hasn't
Fair.
been streaming this game nonstop since then, if only because Cheap has been here doing things as well.
Yeah,
but also-
But
but
the
this-
8 hours today that I played, which was actually playing just the plot fully, you know, was from Argenti in the fucking game show to the end. So it was like the thing with Misha turning out to be a trailblazer, that's in there. Like Sunday's whole spiel about the bird again. That's all been happening in 8 hours. Just that tiny little part. Anyway, turns out everything's been a dream, and because you can escape from your dream if you figure out a flaw in the dream, which for us was Misha, because Misha wasn't supposed to be real.
I thought there was a
Because
thing
Misha
where...
can't be real, they're a memory in the dream.
I thought you were shown that memories could get out of the bubble or the dream, and like...
But you were shown that while you were in the dream.
Well, yeah, but then
Yeah.
that means that every single thing you've been told could be wrong anyway, so everything could be.
And everything could be anything, Chris. At this point, I was
literally-
very tired and very angry.
Literally, the floor could be the entire plot at this point.
Anyway, you meet up with Robin, who also figured out a flaw in her dream, which is again like the fucking bird. Because she dreamt that Sunday actually agreed with her on the whole bird thing and that they should let birds belong in the sky. Which she doesn't, so it was like, this is too good to be true. My brother wouldn't be like that. I guess this is a dream. At this point, I'm not sure if we've met any of these people, because again, it's all been a fucking dream since the very beginning.
Yeah.
But I guess some parts of it have been real enough. That's the explanation they're going for.
Okay.
Are they actually real? Who knows? I don't. So you meet up with Robin and with the rest of the Astral Express crew and some others. So you can go defeat Sunday again. And wake up everyone from the dream, because I guess he like succeeded in what he was trying to do, which was create this perfect dream world in which everyone is safe and locked up and doesn't have freedom. Yeah. You
Steve, I have
defeat
many
Sunday.
questions. I don't want any answers because I think the answers would just exhaust
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. No
You-
no answers, many questions though.
You defeat Sunday, and you think, God, finally this is over. I can go.
You think.
You think. And
But
then... But then... you change POVs to Topaz, who has arrived at Penacony sometime during the plot. You matter, she has not been relevant or any of that during the entirety of the plot. You suddenly change POVs to her. Why? No. But she is Topaz is Aventurine's colleague. She is also part of the IPC. She is also horrible. I hate her. 'Cause IPC. She goes to meet with the family who is currently in charge of Penacony now that Sunday is locked up because of the crimes he committed. At this point, you'd think, oh, we're going into the epilogue, happily ever after. No, instead we get introduced to Jade, who is also part of the IPC and who is Topaz and Aventurine's boss/colleague, and who is also there now. And they have some business talks. That happens. Why? You then change POVs to Firefly, who is also still there. And she is doing something, I don't know. She watches us do some weird stuff, like talk to birds, and she's like, oh no, I can't talk to him yet. Why? I don't know. But turns out she talks to Jade, who we also just met. It's great that people are getting introduced to us at the end of the arc. That's fine. I'm fine with that. But she talks to Jade, because Jade is also the owner of a pawn shop that grants wishes. Don't worry about it. They just tell you that.
Oh, good. That's going to make the plot so much simpler.
Yeah, I know. Anyways.
I mean, I've got enough pet shop horrors to know that's going to end badly for everyone involved.
Yeah. She has, she can grant wishes, but basically all the wishes come with a horrible price. Like someone,
Yep.
like a gambling addict getting, a bunch of luck for gambling, but losing their entire family in the process. Yay. Which is not Aventurine, surprising enough.
I was
going to
say.
think about it.
I was gonna say, doesn't that already happen?
I thought you were hinting.
No! That's actually a different gambler. I think she just likes to do that. But anyway,
She's
she
not
talks to
very imaginative
Firefly,
with her curses.
and she's basically like, I don't think I can make your wish come true, because Firefly wants to be alive, because she was part of, a cloning project for a war? ? And there's repercussions with that when you, escape service, and she's dealing with those repercussions, and she wants to get rid of them, which is good for her. But, Jade can't help her with that, they both decide on. That happens. You think, oh, now maybe it's finally over, because we're going to watch the fireworks with Firefly. I still don't really care about Firefly, but that's fine.
At least it's an ending.
You listen to a speech with Robin, from Robin with Firefly, and the rest of the Astral Express crew is also there. When you get a text from Sparkle who again has not been fucking relevant at all.
I was gonna say,
This
who's that?
entire plot, who's been a side character at best.
Oh yeah, fake Senpo, yeah.
Who tells you that, remember when I said she's been handing out buttons that will explode Penacony to people? Well, Bloodhounds confiscated that, which good. But then Sparkle, because she can imitate everyone, and like turn into people, discovered them and pressed them, and now there's bombs everywhere. And you have to, with everyone else who is still there, the entire, like, the Astral Express crew, Boot Hill, Dr. Ratio, Argenti, who is again still here for some reason, Firefly, and all the people you've met throughout this adventure, except for Sunday, because he's locked up, and Aventurine, because he is dead, but also he's technically not dead, because he survived, because he died in the dream, which means you don't really die, and Argenti helped him out. That happened off screen. Anyway, he's alive. And got demoted in the company. That's fine. Anyway, you now have to go with everyone to go get rid of some bombs. That happens.
As you do.
But turns out, instead of 999 bombs, there's actually 1,000 bombs, and one of them can't be detonated. Or can't be, like, you know, it is the real bomb, and we need to, like, put it in a safe location so it can explode. So Firefly, who also has, like, a mech suit, because again, she's weird cloning war experiments. Takes the bomb, goes up in the sky, and it all turns into fireworks. But she's alive, and she takes you into the sky. Sparkle bonks you with a hammer. It's fine. And after all that, you finally get to the Astral Express and say goodbye to this fucking arc, and that's the end. This is finally the end, and we're done.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
You know, last year, the art department did this obscure movie night thing where we watched this very strange art house movie. And one of the comments I made to one of the other staff who was also there watching it was like, I could never tell when the movie was going to end because it always felt like, oh, we're going to be wrapping something up and then more elements get introduced.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing happened here.
Yeah.
Like this could have this could have ended multiple times, and then it's like, nope, we're gonna introduce something else.
Again, I thought it was very close to being done after Aventurine died, and then
Yeah,
there was
I
another
would have
like
thought that too.
fucking 12 to 16 hours of gameplay.
Honestly.
Of plots that was happening. And some parts that I didn't even mention because they weren't relevant at fucking at all. This was all the most relevant stuff, and I still, like, half of it wasn't even relevant.
I think the key word here is most. This was the most relevant stuff. Didn't feel like it.
It sure
Like
didn't.
if you turn around now and say to me, actually I lied, this was all like a side quest in the middle of the thing,
God,
I'd believe
I
you.
wish. No.
Yeah.
No. The entire epilogue should have been several side quests, though. Like the whole Topaz and Jade and the Sparkle thing should have been side quests, but no. Instead, they just tacked that on the end. God.
So you had fun.
Some parts were fun. I thought Aventurine's backstory was really interesting, and it was
Oh
cool
yeah,
to learn
lucky
more about
guy.
him. The lucky guy who, at the end of the arc, I fucking wish that he just left the IPC, but that's fine, whatever. No, that was all main story, and I didn't even talk about all of Acheron's backstory, which I cannot even fucking explain. I guess the most simple way to explain it is that she is at Penacony because she's kind of like a Grim Reaper, almost like a Grim Reaper figure, because she's the emanator of Nihilism. I don't know why that makes her a Grim Reaper, but that's not relevant. But she met one of the former trailblazers and felt kind of indebted to him because he was nice to her. That's what her backstory boils down to. They show that in 5 different cutscenes that are kind of sprinkled throughout the story, so the bar is in hell, yeah.
Okay, right, sorry. My brain was like, hang on, they were in a bar? Were they in a bar?
The hotel has a bar.
The hotel has a bar, and the bar is in hell. Okay.
We will be going to this bar after we deal with all of this, because dear God.
The hotel.
There is a little part of the main plot where you gather ingredients so a lesbian can make you a drink.
Excellent. Love that.
Is that on the quest marker, or?
No, but it's very heavily implied.
Yeah, now Mrs.
Love
She's
that.
great. She's not important to the plot whatsoever, but she's great.
That, as far as I'm concerned, that's points towards her.
Hell yeah.
She is just there to make you drink, and her girlfriend is please convince her to come with me and leave this place behind, but she doesn't want to. So they have a little bit of angst going on. They're angsty lesbians.
Excellent.
Lesbiangst.
Again, that's just a little side thing in the main quest. That it's not even a side quest. It's just a thing that happens.
Love that.
Beautiful. I hate it.
Yeah.
Also, I like this little doodle of October and February. That's a mood.
They've been paying attention.
Yeah. It's very good. Have they?
Yes. Have they been absorbing any of the information? Different question.
No. That's fair.
Yeah, what Toby and Feb are looking at.
Basically.
I'm reminded of the Final Fantasy VIII draw through, where for a good half of the draw through, Crest just had up that little screenshot.
There are many reasons, but they don't matter, or whatever it was.
But do I still have that?
I think you do. I hope you do.
Oh, that's Kiki.
Yeah.
Not on this scene. I can edit though.
Anyway, this has been the worst arc in Honkai. Has some neat ideas and some cool characters, but god, it's 8 hours too long. I'd say having played 8 hours of it today, everything that I played today was too much.
That's fair.
Yep, there it is.
was
There may be many
exhausted.
reasons, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Love that.
That is still to date
And,
the
like-
angriest I've ever been at a game.
Mhm.
My hope, my dearest, possibly misplaced hope, is that came from an incredibly badly translated line, because I know that game is rife with things where they just sort of went and put something there, which leads to bits of confusion, but like, oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
For reference, I
Like
don't know
this-
if Bear wasn't there when we did the draw through.
I don't think so, no.
So the plot of Final Fantasy VIII is very convoluted. It involves all sorts of weird things like time travel and soul possession and stuff. And I did a playthrough of it. Just on my own time, I just did a playthrough of it.
Oh, play
Because I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna understand this story. Finally, I've played this game like 6 times. I've never understood the ending of this story. I'm gonna actually understand it. And core to everything is the intent of the villain, right? You discover this villain 3/4 of the way through, who turns out was behind everything. You don't meet them until the very end, but you sort of discover that, you know, they're doing these things behind the scenes, and you're like, okay, why? What is the catalyst behind this whole thing? And there is a character in the game who says, why is this character doing all of this? And you're like, that is a good question. I would like to know the answer. And then they say, there may be many reasons, but it doesn't matter. And so I
Yep.
screenshotted it in my fury. Getting 20 hours into this playthrough, trying to work out what's going on. Turns out there isn't a reason.
Yep.
Also, a character dies in an off-screen car crash. That's unrelated.
Yeah.
Which we discovered
That
after
just
doing the draw
happened.
through. Just like
I think-
we were just chatting after the draw through,
through.
and we were just like, "What happened to that character?" And we looked it up as like, they died in a car crash. What?
Yeah.
That's never mentioned. I guess it's mentioned somewhere. Someone must say it, but yeah, the writers didn't know either. It's like,
Yeah, look, the Final Fantasy series as a whole has this chronic trips on its own face during the third arc problem, but like
yes.
8, I'm not sure it was ever not on its face. I think it was just always flat on the ground.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
sliding along on its face the entire time. I don't know what's going on with 8. I love it, but I don't know what's going on with it. 9 was at least coherent for a decent amount of time.
Yeah. And then the ending happened.
Yeah.
Or the last
Yeah.
act. Third act. Yeah.
Like I said, with 9, with a little bit of restructuring of what's going on with the final chunk, you could probably just get rid of that whole last disc and just restructure the necessary bits
Oh,
into
yeah.
the last
Yeah.
part of...
Absolutely. That would have been great. Yeah.
like just a little bit of restructuring, and you could have saved a whole physical disc.
Sorry,
That doesn't even have that much on it in comparison.
we sidetracked Honkai ranting into Final Fantasy ranting. My apologies.
That's fine. I
worries.
feel exhausted now.
You talked solidly for an hour and a half. You're
Yeah.
welcome to feel exhausted.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope everyone has got a wonderful idea of the fucking bullshit I just thrown in the last 8 hours.
Sorry for all the bullshit you've had to say.
I'm glad that's
I
how
mean,
the sentence ended. I thought it was going to end in I hope everyone's got an idea of the plot, because the answer would be no.
I hope you know the plot. You will be tested.
Miss really wants to play Honkai now. Just to...
With
Hell
great
yeah,
test
miss.
questions like, what was Adventurine's plan when he tried to kill himself?
Is it like a...
What did he actually try to achieve? Because I don't know. I still don't know.
I wonder if it's like a fortune thing. There's a character in Metal Gear Solid 2. Who's
Oh
like,
yeah, fortune.
I'm
Yeah.
so lucky I can't die. Why can't I die? Maybe it's just a thing like that.
Yeah.
And they just keep tempting fate just because they're like,
I-
yeah, no, that didn't work.
I think later he says that his plan got thwarted by Acheron, again, like killing him in the dream, so he wasn't actually dead. But he was trying to create an opening for the IPC so they could get their filthy little horrible hands on Penacony. And he succeeded at that, I think. Again, I don't know what the rest of the plan was about, but... it's there. Yeah.
There may be many reasons, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Exactly. I went through an entire, like, especially with Sparkle, I went through, like, I don't know if I like this character. Oh, I kind of like this character, like, full, like, chaos gremlin, basically. It's kind of fun. And then, like, the last 20 minutes happened where she set off a bomb while I was fucking trying to end this game, and now I'm just like, I fucking hate her. I was trying so hard to get to the end. Because that was just before dinner time, so it was like, okay, I'll just finish. I feel like I defeated Sunday finally. We're no longer in a dream or whatever. Defeated the big bad Sunday. There's some fucking IPC shit happened. Now it's finally gonna end. And then Sparkle happened and I got so mad. Because I was gonna make food and then I had to do Sparkle's quest.
Ooh.
Or Sparkle's little bomb thing. Oh. Anyway, play Honkai. It's great.
Anyway.
This has been a public service announcement
I-
from Nonkai Incorporated.
I think I'm just gonna not,
Fair.
and I will just stay in my Elder Scrolls, making my little crafting writs and making fun of companions who don't like cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Like, the other, cause there's, like a little, basically your tutorial, place. Then there's the first story on Bellabog, and then there's the story on Legenzo. And after that is Panic. The tutorial is great, fine, introducing all these concepts and stuff. That's great. Bellabog, I really like the Bellabog arc. I think it's really good. I don't like the ending, but that's a different matter. That's don't like how they handled the ending, but it was a great story and I really liked it. Also, Sampo, my beloved.
Hell yeah.
Shenzo had fun lore, and also was more interesting stuff with like your main group of enemies, basically the Stellaron hunters. So that was fun, and it also again had an arc that I could follow. Then Penacony happened, and I had fucking zero clue what was going on at any given point. Anytime I was like, okay, I think I finally understand what was happening, a new person or group shows up, and I'm just like, why are you here? What is happening? I still don't know why half those people were there to begin with. Yeah.
It-
Also reminded me that I fucking hate it when Dr. Ratio speaks.
But why?
Because he's horrible.
I did watch that video you shared a while ago, and the moment he spoke, I was just like, God, shut up, please.
Yeah. Just immediately, like.
Just immediate reaction, yeah.
Excellent work from the voice actor.
Mm-hmm.
Know
Yeah,
exactly
Very
who you're
good.
dealing with.
He
Mhm.
showed up to like talk to Aventurine and was like, "Oh, Dr. Ratio," and then he opened his mouth and was like, "Oh God, no!"
Yeah.
Man needs to learn to shut up. He really does.
Mm-hmm.
He is awful. He's absolutely. Yeah. I do love him, but also I never want to listen to him. And he just needs to be in my team and defeat enemies, and other than that, he needs to shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
All the siblings listening to my lecture.
I don't think I have room for the rest of them, but
I love it.
That's right.
Well, a couple of them haven't been designed yet, but I think what you have here gives a pretty good spectrum of the things that students do when there's a long lecture going on, and it's like, this is
Yeah.
incomprehensible.
Oh
The
yeah, like
squint, the Venkat nod, and the yeah, nah, we're just done.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing this.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I've been all of these at some point. um,
Yeah, these are all very relatable.
Yeah. Also, a thing I just remembered. For this, need
Oh, good,
some
more.
general, uh, more Honkai. Yay! Um,
If it's more Honkai in general, that's fine.
yeah, it's a little bit related to this arc, but not really. Um, during the side quests, where you officially meet Dr. Ratio for the first time, um, he basically introduces you to this group. I think it's the Annihilation Gang. That's what it's called. Um, which is a little group manned by led by Duke Inferno, who is like a demon. Don't worry about it.
Duke
I'm
Inferno!
not worried. It
Yes,
sounds amazing, though. I
it's
love that name.
great. And it's like basically Dr. Ratio's whole quest is like leading up to like finding out about this group and like because they were trying to blow up like the tutorial space station where you started, which is no longer tutorial in that quest, but you know. But yeah, Dr. Ratio basically like sets up this group as like a big bad. Um since then, like Honkai, like the YouTube channel and such, also dropped like a trailer for this Annihilation Gang from Duke Inferno, and is like 4 apprentices, I believe. So they had a cool like video about them and such. Um and then you get to Penacony, and Acheron, you find out that Acheron has killed Duke Inferno, and all the 4 apprentices have basically like gone with the wind. Um,
Oh.
so you know, I guess that's never happening again.
But that was a dream, right?
Maybe, I don't know at this point.
I mean, after a certain point, I think you get to say this isn't a dream; it's a goddamn nightmare.
Yeah. Which I think Toad told me there was like a little bit of controversy around the Annihilation Gang, or like people not liking it, so they might have just scrapped the entire group, and they basically went, oh, they're all like, Duke Inferno is dead now.
That's a shame.
Goodbye. Which is a real shame, because I was actually like genuinely interested in what they had going on.
But you can't just throw away a character called Duke Inferno. Come on.
I know, right?
Kick out Dr. Ratio,
also
put Duke Inferno in there.
Also, because just before that, they established that, because basically the Annihilation Gang, they follow the Aeon, aka the god of destruction, Nanook. But Nanook doesn't give a fuck about them, which is hilarious.
Good dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
So you find out about that, and then it's just like, well, they're gone. They're no longer a threat in this universe. And it's like, why? That would be great. I want them to be like a quest or a side quest or whatever. I want to learn about Duke Inferno and this gang of idiots who are like trying to please this god who just genuinely can't be fucking bothered with that. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Anyway. That was that. That was what I wanted to say.
I think it's always a real fun dynamic when you've got a cult to some entity, and then the entity just sort of looks in and goes, Y'all a bunch of weirdos, and then leaves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Like, that's just a fun trope.
It
Mhm.
is a fun trope, yeah.
It's also fun because, I mean, like, in Honkai, there's a lot of different groups devoted to different aeons. But you never really see, like, how aeons think about who, like, they're being represented by, so could have been fun.
Mm-hmm.
Another fun trope that I think should pop up more often.
Sorry.
Attack of the snake.
Having this big, like, this group doing these nefarious things for their leader or god or whatever, and confronting the person they're supposed to be following, or the god they're supposed to be following, is like, oh, good, like, we're here about your cult. And it's like, my what?
Yeah.
My who?
My what now?
Yeah. Love that.
There's a what in the where? Who are these people?
I mean, to be fair, that's probably most eons in Honkai. We're all like going like, we have our own shit going on.
Yeah.
No. Sorry, I felt like
Yes.
joining in. Oh, okay.
That's fair.
Now there's the expectation of larger eyes on these characters. It's difficult to do the blindfold thing with Mark.
No. I think he's perfect.
No, he is he is perfect. Yeah.
I still think it works.
Yeah. I think it does.
Right. As tempted as
And
I am.
also, Crest,
Why did you write that?
Yes, why not?
There may be many reasons, but it doesn't matter. It answers
Because
itself, really.
Don't you
It's
give me
important.
that.
I felt it's important. I know you have it up on the stream, but I felt it's important to add it.
also, Crest, I don't think it matters if you can't figure out how arms work with March, considering that this entire family has detachable arms.
True.
Yeah, he might have
Exactly,
just
yeah.
stuck it on backwards.
But
True,
I don't think much has anything going on at the elbow is the thing.
Yeah.
So
Maybe just for a day.
That's fine.
just for a day, there's a stitch there.
Yeah, or March just swapped out arms with someone else who does have stitches at the elbow.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Like, we're mixing it up a little bit here.
Took someone else's arm while trying to get to the lecture. It happens.
Yeah, instead of accidentally taking your sibling's packed lunch, accidentally took another sibling's arm.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, now we know whose arm it is.
Yeah.
Usual siblings, did you steal my favorite shirt? These siblings, did you steal my favorite arm?
Okay, it happens, right?
It happened.
The only thing
this
that's
is why you
really
gotta put-
safe is your head. that's sometimes the ears as well. might get
Everything
swapped,
else
but-
is just.
This
Up
is why
for
you gotta
grabs.
put labels on everything.
Yep.
Just keeping them in the fridge with a label on them.
need to preserve it
Yeah.
when it's unattached.
Listen, sometimes you don't want to go to bed with your torso. I get it.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely understandable.
As I recall, the very first sort of reveal of October was them waking up and getting ready for work without putting their head on. So
Yeah.
presumably they didn't sleep with their head. Maybe
Had
the
slept somewhere else.
pillow was uncomfortable or something, too warm. February and July.
June. Right? June.
Oh, June, yeah, June. I always get
June,
the,
yeah.
the problem is I always get the months
Yeah.
June and July mixed up, so I'm going to get these characters mixed up as well, just by proxy.
I get those months mixed up all the time too. Yeah.
The way I kind of remember June is that June sounds like a kind of old-timey sort of Hollywood actress name, whereas July is Julius, which doesn't. Although I would
That
not
makes
compare
sense, yeah.
July to Caesar. So.
I mean, July over here is a bit of a hot mess, so... And that also
True.
describes... Oh, actually, that doesn't work because both June and July are a bit of a hot mess for different reasons, but, you know.
Most of them are hot messes, to be honest. You say Fib that was all about symmetry. Yes. Well, the original... So, before October and Co. was a thing, I've had the character of October for longer than I've had the Outliers, as it turns out. Completely forgot about that, but it's true. But and I keep trying to put them in different things, and those things never get made. Let me zoom out so we can actually see something while I'm chatting nonsense. But one of the things they were in was white coats, which remove that so we can see Ragdoll's doodles. Which was a thing set in a lab and whatever. And I thought it would be fun if October was in that,
Yeah.
but I thought it would be fun if there was like an evil version of October.
Oh.
And so I invented the evil version of October called February, who was all about basically stealing people's body parts and organs to try and sort of get the perfect body, as it were. They've changed a bit. They've mellowed out since then. But that was the origin of
Nice.
February.
Well, they've mellowed out in some ways and become more neurotic in others.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They have new neuroses, but they keep those neuroses to themselves, much to their detriment. They went to therapy. You wish.
You should go to therapy.
They have a therapist. That's not the same thing.
Yeah, they have a therapist called January.
Oh, poor Jan.
Jan's method of therapy is to just make a giant pot of bean chili and cornbread. And
Hugs
just sit down and
and
watch a movie or something.
hugs and a big cauldron of some sort of food.
Yeah.
Something that resembles food, tastes like food. Precisely what it is, couldn't really.
So, bean chili, which is a thing that looks like food, but we don't really know what's in it.
It's bean chili, and those look like beans, but we didn't put beans in. Not sure where they came from. Yeah,
Hell
I
yeah.
wanted to have a crack at drawing Sampo as a cat.
He's very cute.
Sampa is great. I love Sampa so much. The game is weird about Sampa, but I love Sampa.
Yeah. I also tried drawing Aventurine, but ended up looking more like... What did we call him? Zidane from Final Fantasy IX. What do we call him in the draw-through?
Oh, we called Simeon.
Simeon, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Simeon.
the ape joke.
Simeon middle name Slut or something like that. Simeon
Oh,
MN
yeah.
Slut.
Simeon MN Slut. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
MN?
Yeah, middle name.
Oh,
Middle name. Yeah, for middle name.
Oh,
Yep.
We're smart.
you guys are
It's
funny.
incredibly smart, yeah. I'm still so happy with the names I came up with for Zorn and Thorn. Frickin' frack.
Frickin' frack.
It's just,
Good old frickin' frack.
yeah.
I also like how we had James, who was named James for there was actually a reason. The purpose because he was the counterpart of Jesse.
Yeah.
And yet I still could not bloody remember his name
No.
Yeah.
throughout the entire
not
draw.
ever. We also had like 3 different names for him originally until we decided on Jesse and James for Beatrix and Steiner. But like we were also thinking like William because of I think the Willem Dafoe like manipulations that the edits somebody had made with the William Dafoe face on Final Fantasy characters and the Steiner one being so freaking funny. So we were thinking Will for a while, and then Jesse and James it's perfect.
Yeah.
And
At some point, I will start another draw through.
At some point.
Once I make up my mind of what to actually bloody do.
Honkai.
Yes.
Start Honkai.
Well,
I
we've
mean,
already
at
had
the
a bit
very
of it
least, you
spoiled.
could probably wait until the end of spooky season.
Yeah,
true.
we gotta play the spooky games.
Yeah.
Spookums.
As far as what to do between now and spooky season,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even.
Honkai.
We're not doing Honkai.
Easy.
You can't have spent the first hour and a half ranting about how terrible the story is in Honkai and then try and convince us to play Honkai.
It's just that arc. You just have
And
to
the ending of the other
spend
one.
24 hours playing that arc, and then the rest is fine.
You can't be doing the whole it gets good at episode 150.
No, it's good at the beginning. It gets worse. Penacony is the 3rd arc. It's the most recent arc. It starts great, and then goes downhill from there. Just
you aren't helping your case, Cheap.
Yeah.
no, I'm not. Just
I
play
mean-
until you meet Sampo, really.
To be
That's all
honest,
you need.
given a lot of the games we've done draw-throughs of, starting off good and going downhill is quite a trend.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, that's just a Final Fantasy. But
But honestly, just
Yeah, like
play
I said, a
until
lot
you
of them
meet
just
Sampo.
can't stick
Sampo's
that landing.
best.
The next Final Fantasy draw through though.
the next Final
Good
Fantasy
game.
does the very smart move of being just complete nonsense from the beginning.
Yeah.
And so you're already in
does.
the world of nonsense.
Yeah.
And the game
Which
is
one
about
are we looking at
exploring
doing
that
next?
nonsense.
10.
10.
10? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good, and I it sounds like a joke, but it's honestly actually a really good way of telling that story.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah.
I think another one of the things that helps with that is that, like, your main character is legitimately like the character who like wants to help out people, but he has no goddamn clue what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. He is isekai.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Pretty
it's
much.
kind of an isekai.
Kind
But
of isekai.
But
Just a little bit, yeah.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Presumably we should do... Well, we don't have to, but like the pattern has always been alternating between, passive and active draw-throughs. And even then, the passive ones alternate between a Final Fantasy and something that is not a Final Fantasy.
Yeah, true. You're gonna do Metal Gear Solid too?
Yeah, that is on the list.
Oh god, good luck.
El Sampo.
I feel like that's one where we could very easily go, I have no idea what happens next, and then just make up shit, because
Yeah.
there's Metal Gear Solid 2 especially, it seems like there's a lot of connective tissue where it's like, you don't remember what order it happened in, because like it doesn't always what's going on until weird bullshit stuff gets revealed later.
A lot of...
Yeah.
Also, I feel like in order for 2 to make sense, I would have to do a quick recap of 1.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
Because...
I think so.
Yeah, reasons.
Yeah. Reasons, yeah. We'll get to that.
Yeah, a lot of the first chunk of Metal Gear Solid 2 is like, these are just things that are happening. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you get to the end and you're like, oh.
and then you get then you get to the fever dream. And,
yeah. I was
and then
so
the ending, and yeah.
I'm gonna say this out loud now so that I don't do it. I was seriously considering, for those of you who know how the game ends, and not how the game ends, but there's a bit near the end.
Like the lead up to the ending?
Yeah, the lead up to the ending.
Yeah.
I was legitimately considering doing like a little, surreptitiously slipping in a pre-recorded bit where the stream goes weird. just to try and evoke the feeling of what happens in the game. But I feel like I'd actually freak people out, and I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to do that. But
yeah, you probably would freak people out if you did that. Yeah,
but so I'm not.
We want to give people the experience of what that lead up is like. We could probably find like a video on YouTube or something after the draw through, just like this is what this part of the game was like. By the way, this is what we all experienced first time when we were playing it. Enjoy.
Yeah, that's not something you can simulate quite as well, because like with Final Fantasy VII, you did the I have already pre-drawn Jesseroth.
Yeah,
Jesseroth. Yeah,
to bring down in from the sky.
That was very good.
Swish.
Yeah. Swish.
It's the only time I've planned something. No, there were 2 times I planned something in advance.
There were a couple. I can remember a Noise Boy.
Yeah.
I do really remember that.
I didn't know if anyone noticed it, but I really wanted to get it right, because that always freaked me out. That bit.
That there was there's an Outside Xbox or Outside Extra video recently or a few weeks now, where they had like the scariest jump scares in video games, and that one is not listed, so I don't count that list as complete.
Wow.
This should be listed. That scared me so much. That Boy of Silence there.
Yeah. To be fair, that is an iteration of the dentist in BioShock 1.
True. Yeah.
So.
Which also is very freaky.
Also freaked me out.
Yeah.
But the Noise Boys are just weird.
Yeah. And what else was there? Was it just a Roth, or was there something else that you?
No, I was thinking of the Noise Boys. I probably have planned other.
Okay,
no,
gotcha.
I did plan. I think the background at the beginning of BioShock Infinite, where you go up into the sky.
Oh yeah, you did that. Yeah, that's
away.
right. Yeah.
So I wasn't going to draw that on stream.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
There's been the other major ones I can think of are all just sort of like, I'm just drawing the background scene because fuck it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll have to work out what passive draw through to do, and if we want to do an active one, I don't know. Want to do a 16 symbols or something. Or we could just say, I'm happy doing these.
Mm-hmm.
I have no preference, but also I am eyeballs deep in
Yeah.
grad school nonsense.
You have many other things
Yep.
to worry about.
Absolutely, yes.
I, on the other hand, have too many ideas and not enough time, but we'll try and fit all of them in anyway.
Heck yeah.
How's Chaos just going?
When am I scheduled to work on that? Tomorrow afternoon. It's going great. I fixed the big bug.
Nice.
Yay!
Now the mini bugs.
Now a bunch of little mini bugs, add in a few small features. I've decided to add a feature. I didn't want to add so when you're randomizing like modifiers to add to pieces, you can say like, you know, you can randomly stick modifiers on your pieces for fun, for chaos. And those modifiers can be things like, you know, can loop around the sides of the board, or gets to move twice, or whatever. But you can also do the same thing for the way it moves. Now, there are fewer modifiers than there are the ways something can move, so I didn't want a whole menu where you could select which ways a piece can move to be added to the sort of random list, because you'd just be there for bloody ages picking and choosing. But there's one card, one way of moving, that I think you should have the option of toggling on and off, which is go anywhere, then die. Because if you have the rule of you win when you take the other person's king, then you've just instantly won. So I think there should be a good toggle for that one, of like, you can't just move anywhere, then die. Click this on, you know. Or you can, you know, you can include it and have full chaos. It's up to you.
Yes. Heck
But I
yeah.
do need to add that as a feature, so that's... I thought of that the other day. But other than that, I think it's just add like a little icon to tell people when there's multiple paths and you scroll the mouse wheel to choose. Oh yeah, and there was a little bug involving restarting a game. The opponent ends up with double the number of pieces off the board for some reason. It doesn't affect gameplay, but it just looks weird. But other than that...
I will say immediately, Cresp, you're going to want to have something in there where you can rebind things, because if you've got someone who's not using a mouse and is using a trackpad, there's no scroll wheel on a trackpad.
Yeah. So I'll have I've done various things like there's multiple ways of getting hints up. I think middle click the mouse button or press H or whatever. But I can have a rebind thing. That's no problem. But yeah, there's not much to do. But I thought that 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
There is still
And then
music
you flipped
and
it
sound
around
effects.
and found a huge bug.
Yeah, that happens. And then we're going to test
Whoopsie.
and figure out that it just doesn't work. And I'm not going to know why, and I'm going to get sad, and I'm going to work on something else.
Hell yeah.
That's valid.
You can do it.
Yay! And then when I finished with Chaos Chess, I will never use Unity again. And learn Godot
Yay.
instead. Well, actually, Bear... how's animation going, Cheap?
Shut up. Just played 8 hours of Honkai. That's how animation is going.
So you need to palette cleanse with animation,
Yeah.
right? After all that Honkai.
I did actually recently work on, not animation, but animatic. Or Jesse.
Nice. Excellent. Very exciting.
Sketching things out.
Chosen the Jessie one.
Yep.
Very exciting.
Could not resist the shower scene.
No. Everyone was talking about it, and that'd be really funny. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Tits butts. Heron guides.
Bubbles.
Bubbles
Oh,
placed
that's
in
too
very
lewd.
specific locations.
Taking a shower, not a bath.
I mean, I should hope that there's some bubbly type things in the shower on account of the fact that that's usually what happens with a lather.
Yes, but Phil. Well,
Like get that soap.
Mm-hmm.
Bubbles on the tits. No.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But have you considered? Have you considered?
I have considered, and my answer is no.
No. Oh, boob.
Shut up and end the stream.
Just a little rubber ducky after meeting MJ. Oh. This would be
Yeah, but he
before that,
hasn't
right?
met MJ yet in this anime.
Yeah.
So. That's after meeting MJ.
That would have been a coincidence. First work meeting. What are you doing here?
Why are you in my bathroom?
I mean, you say that as if MJ wouldn't just sort of randomly show up in someone's bathroom.
I mean, true.
To
The
steal
way
their
she
rubber
got
duck.
recruited is that she broke into Alan's apartment. So she would.
Love that for her.
I'm amazed she survived. That could have gone very badly.
Ulan is also surprised.
Brave or idiotic? Little
both.
column A.
It was very much an impulse thing.
Really?
Yeah.
MJ impulse?
I know, right?
I thought it was a fully planned out scheme.
Yeah, definitely fully planned out. Mm-hmm.
God, I just realised March is huge.
Is there a difference, Miss, between brave or idiotic? I mean, they're not mutually exclusive.
Brave, as the old saying goes, brave is being scared and doing the thing anyway. Idiotic is not knowing that it's supposed to be scary.
True.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I've seen a lot of people attribute that quote to, like, various authors and whatnot nowadays, and I'm like, I remember that at least from a 1970s episode of Doctor Who. Like, this is an old quote.
Mm-hmm.
Might just be a thing that everyone says, so it's not really
Exactly.
cannot really
Yeah,
be
could be,
attributed to
yeah.
anyone.
Like I say,
Could be.
an upper bound of 1970, and it could be way lower than that.
Mm-hmm.
Looks at Theo. Theo's just scared and grumpy
And squishy.
and squimsh. 50% scared, 50% grump. 128%
100%
squimsh.
squimsh.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of Theo, tomorrow.
You're gonna draw Theo?
No, I've already drawn Theo.
Huh?
Going to share, Theo.
Mm.
Ooh, exciting.
I don't know why I just decided tomorrow, but I did. So, yeah.
Why not? Tomorrow's
I could do it
a
now.
good day for anything. You could.
It's up
yeah.
to me. Screw it,
It
I'll do it
is.
now.
It's in your power. You don't have
Chaos.
to go
Screw
by
it.
any specific schedule.
Screw rules.
Yeah.
Also, bear in mind there were some restrictions here that made it quite tricky. But I tried my best.
Yeah,
I'm sure he looks amazing. I'm
just
sure
share it
you did
now, live on
fantastic.
stream.
It's a big picture. It's got to upload really slowly because I'm streaming.
That's fine.
Builds
worries.
anticipation.
Something to look
Something to
forward
look forward to, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
now.
so
I mean, you could just not look at the Discord if you want, but
I'm looking.
I mean, to be fair, I could probably show it on stream and it'll
We're
arrive
waiting
faster.
in anticipation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Patient.
Patient, it's uploaded. How long it takes to download is up to
Oh.
the computer.
Oh my god.
Delight.
Oh, that's so good.
That's...
Oh, hell yes. I love this.
Well, I guess now we know why you were asking about animals.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. This is fantastic in every way.
Yay.
I love the style. I love everything about this. Hell yes.
I was given the brief of capybara and honey badger, and boy, was that hard to make work.
You made it work. You
Yes,
made
it
it
is
work.
Perfect.
Yes, it is perfect.
Look at them.
On the plus side, I now know how to draw an oak leaf.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I drew 100 of them.
Mm-hmm.
It was chill.
Chomp, 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 chomp.
Jump, jump, jump.
I agree.
All the chomps. On the chomps, yes.
I agree with Miss. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Jump,
I also agree with Miss. Chomp's a good art.
It's
Oh, what if it's not
really
there? This
funny
is...
to me to see a capybara-faced character whose legs look like they're as long as just the other character there.
That-
Because usually when I see
Yeah.
capybara characters, they're like
Yeah.
short.
That's
Yeah.
what, I didn't quite like the idea of. I was considering going for short, and it's like that's not Miles.
Stretch
gotta
that
be long.
capybara right out, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, if it's not obvious, this was Robin Hood, the old Disney Robin Hood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. I love
Absolutely,
that movie.
100%.
Yeah, it's very clear that it's Robin Hood.
Again,
Yeah.
not many honey badgers and capybaras in Robin Hood, so I had to improvise.
I'm going to read so many furries in Bear's Discord. Yeah, you're gonna have to post this one in Bear's Discord as well.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
Just this one. No context given.
Also, I know
I mean,
Bear likes the hands in these things, so I did try my best. Also, subtle
You
drop
did
shadow.
fantastic.
for the
They're very
animation
good
frame.
hands.
considering how many furries the Disney's Robin Hood movie made, yeah,
Many. Many. Yeah.
we've just got more people being initiated into the furry collective.
Mm-hmm.
You've now been indirectly made into a furry via Disney Robin Hood.
Oh god, what else did Bear make you do?
Bear.
Oh dear.
Bear did not get the most difficult one. I think I'm probably working on that now. But
Which one's that? Who can we blame for that one?
I won't say the character. I'll say the person. You.
Hey, yay! Good.
Chiv is causing problems.
I'm causing problems.
You don't have to confirm or anything, but I'm guessing it's either Jupiter or Jurgen.
It's not an animation, so we'll throw that out
That's
there.
good. I'm glad.
Will there be an animation this year? Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, so far you've done like an animation each year.
Mhm, you have,
I
yeah.
didn't do one first year, I don't think.
Maybe? You did Jurgen last year. You did the Kiki flipping out of Pride one year.
Yeah. I don't think I did one first year. I grew into my insanity.
I don't think you did either. At the very least, I don't remember. Because that one you had all of the characters on the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then
Yeah.
you probably didn't do an animation for that.
That is not.
It's a 4 animation.
That's not planned. I didn't get Kirby as a style.
Well, I am thinking about that Kirby now, though.
Kirby wrapped around the car, but it's Jurgen. No.
I mean, no animation can be more perfect than Jurgen's fucking Zelda.
Girl.
I'm not going to top that.
That
No.
was just so cursed. And it fits so perfectly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I derailed the stream because I'm embracing the chaos
Yeah.
of not doing October thing. Noctober.
Hell
No worries.
yeah. October.
Noctober.
No
I love the old-
worries.
I will be happy to see whatever you end up making, whether it be animations or videos.
Same. Yeah.
What if neither?
Either of the two. You gotta
No,
choose.
I will throw
Okay
out the
with
time
that, too.
lapses and all that. I have recorded the time lapses, and I did record my reactions to the generation, so I'll share those in one form or another. But Magic Quarter.
But did we get any more of I am not drawing this person's character in their own style? That's silly. We're re-rolling.
I don't think so. Slight spoilers. Cheeb and Mrs. Style both came up.
Nice.
So
Both
after
very good styles.
3 bloody years of them never coming up.
Hell
And
yeah.
the thing that's really annoying is that in that time, both have gotten much better. It's like,
We're challenging you.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, I just found it so funny that you did the roll-in when I'm not drawing Cheap's character in Cheap style. That's silly. We're re-rolling.
That is funny though, yeah.
Mr. Tickles Yowie. I don't think that's the vibe for the next one. It's gonna be a while till we get to that one.
Oh joy.
So there is
Excellent.
one who has that vibe.
Excellent.
Everyone, Chris drew a yaoi.
Or will draw a yaoi.
Hmm.
I'm yeah, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
No
I
spoilers.
look forward to it.
Chaos, but no spoilers.
Mhm.
But anyway, yeah, I was worried about the reaction to that one because it was like these don't look like Theo and Miles.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Bear likes
You,
it,
you did do the dating sim one last year
Yeah,
with
they do that.
With Fritz.
Fritz.
Fritz,
Yeah.
good old
Fritz and
Fritz.
Pryad.
I love that version of Fritz.
It's very good. Yeah.
And you know, if that was an actual dating sim, it wouldn't be the most cursed one out there.
True.
No.
Yeah. That'd be a fantastic game.
And I don't even know what I would say the most cursed one is, considering how wild some visual novels get.
Yeah.
Like, there's a
Some
reason
of
why
them-
I keep sitting here going, I'm going to subject Lewis to this nonsense, because I think it would be funny.
Absolutely.
I think. Who got the worst end of the deal this year? It might be me.
Oh.
Did you get a funny one
I mean,
for
even
Pride?
characters who quote unquote got the short end of the stick, it was still a good piece of art. It was just maybe not quote unquote appropriate for them, or hilariously inappropriate.
Yeah, the one I'm thinking of is like this fits all of the this fits all of the bad qualities. Like this could work in a way that is actively a detriment to their character.
I mean,
Interesting.
I just thought the oh fuck, what's the name of the game?
In terms of bad times for the characters, though, Mal and Moira.
Excellent.
What do you mean?
that.
They're gonna have a great time.
They're gonna
Yeah,
hug. We
yeah.
established that. They're gonna hug.
They're gonna
Oh,
hug.
nice. Excellent. I
Whatever
look
that
forward
means.
to it.
Did he even get
Means-
Pride this year is the question.
Oh yeah, Pride was in there. Pride and his twin
I mean-
sister, Persephone.
Ah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Persephone.
Persephone. Yeah.
I feel like a better question is, did we get Fernard again?
Yeah,
How
Oh,
is
yeah.
Bernard looking this year?
Ah,
How
the
much are you gonna feed his
How
ego?
magnificent is
Lucky-
Bernard this year?
lucky bastard.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Promising. Yeah.
I have to get physical reference for that one.
Shudders in the room.
Oh, I have not yet done Ruin Dagesh, but I'm very excited to do that one.
Oh, excellent.
Ooh,
Yay.
exciting.
Going to make me happy.
Happy times.
And then immediately after that, I'm going to panic. But we'll get to that. Ruin Geshi.
Geshi.
They're together.
Festus buds.
Anyway, I'm glad people liked the Robin Hood one.
Festus baby boy. Yes.
Who trained murderous soul? No.
Yes. I mean, kind.
No.
We don't worry about that. He drinks milk at the bar. Him baby.
Oh, yeah. Milk bars.
Mhm.
Milk bars are definitely a thing.
Yeah.
Well, you made Bear really happy. So
Yay.
good job, Chris.
Yeah.
I am glad. Now, the unfortunate thing about getting one at this point is that because I've evenly spread everyone out through the quote month unquote, it's going to be a while till one of your characters comes up again. But when they do,
When they do, it's gonna be wonderful.
when they do, I'm going to be exhausted.
That too.
But we'll get to that. Oh, you got bloody 3. Anyway,
We'll get to that.
you got a lot.
We'll
to
get
do.
to that.
Get wrecked with love and
Mhm.
support. No, I will run away like a coward. Swoosh.
Chris, we know where you live.
Yes.
We do.
I hate that that's true. Draw the centaurs in the style of that chariot.
Oh
Oh,
no.
hell yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
you're-
Executioner's chariot. Yeah.
The problem is, you're not far off.
Oh god. What did you do
Excellent.
to them?
Very excited.
We'll all find out.
They're gonna be perfect.
I will specify, however, they're separate this year. So one has one style. Lucy has one style. Rowan and Arlie have their own. One of those.
And one of them is gonna be Executioner's chariot.
Again.
Backward legs on the front.
We'll see. Oh, I could make it real bad.
Mhm.
There's punishment for getting good styles otherwise. Who knows?
Yeah.
With legs and so hench. Maybe not hench. You'll see. You'll all see. Hopefully, if I get that
We'll
far.
see, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah. For now, though, I'm still got to finish number 9.
I mean, first you gotta finish your stream.
Yeah. Bye! No, I'm not going to do that quick. I want to say goodbye to people.
Have a good
Thank you
one.
for watching and drawing
Bye.
and having a lovely time.
Bye.
Thanks for drawing. Thanks for drawing us all that. Have a good one. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye. 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 Bye.